Did you know that right now, more than a quarter of the world's population is silently suffering from a dangerous liver disease, and most of them don't even know it? What if I told you that you could be one of them, even if you don't drink alcohol, even if you think you're eating healthy? Let me ask you something. What if the food you believe is harmless, maybe even natural, is actually destroying your liver, bite by bite, day after day, without you noticing? This isn't a rare condition. This is a global epidemic called fatty liver disease. And it's not just affecting people with unhealthy lifestyles. It can affect anyone, including you, without any obvious symptoms, without any pain, until the damage is already done. But here's the good news. You're about to discover the truth. In this video, I'll reveal exactly what this hidden threat is, why it's so dangerous, and most importantly, how you can protect and heal your liver starting today. The solution is simpler than you think, and you don't need expensive treatments or extreme diets. And stay with me until the end, because I'm going to expose the single most toxic food ingredient that millions of people consume every day, believing it's safe, but it's silently destroying their health. Most people have never heard this information, and what you'll learn today could change your life. So pay close attention, because what you're about to discover might be the difference between a healthy life and a lifetime of silent damage. Part 1. Fatty liver disease. Explained. Fatty liver disease, or as it is clinically known, hepatic steatosis, is one of the most silent and underestimated health threats of our generation. It is quietly spreading like an invisible epidemic, affecting approximately 1 in every 4 people around the world. That's right. Nearly 25% of the global population may be living with a liver that is slowly deteriorating, without ever suspecting that something is wrong. The danger of this condition lies not only in the damage it causes, but in the way it operates, quietly, discreetly, without setting off alarms in your body. Unlike other diseases that make themselves known through pain, discomfort, or obvious symptoms, fatty liver disease hides in plain sight. Most people who suffer from it have no idea that their liver is under attack, because in the early stages, the body sends almost no warning signs. At its core, fatty liver disease is exactly what the name suggests: an excessive accumulation of fat within the liver cells. Normally, your liver contains a small amount of fat, which is entirely natural and even necessary for certain metabolic processes. However, when that fat exceeds more than 5 to 10% of the liver's weight, it becomes a problem. That is when your liver starts struggling, and the silent deterioration begins. The tragedy is that this condition develops gradually, almost unnoticed. It starts with a subtle buildup of fat, then triggers inflammation. If left untreated, it can progress to fibrosis, cirrhosis, or even liver failure. And all of this can happen while you feel perfectly fine, until it's too late. There are early symptoms, but they are so subtle, so easily confused with the fatigue of modern life, that most people brush them off without realizing what's really going on. You may experience a constant feeling of tiredness, the kind that doesn't go away even after a full night's sleep. Your abdomen may feel slightly bloated, and you might notice that you're gaining weight without any clear reason. Sometimes it becomes harder to concentrate, as if your brain were in a fog. These are the body's quiet whispers, trying to warn you before the damage becomes irreversible. And why is this condition so common today? The answer is written in the habits of modern society. Our diets are increasingly dominated by ultra-processed foods, products that are manufactured, packaged, and marketed for convenience, but stripped of real nutritional value. These foods are often loaded with hidden sugars, unhealthy fats, and artificial ingredients, all of which put an enormous strain on your liver. Excessive sugar consumption is another key factor. Most people associate sugar with cavities or weight gain, but few realize how devastating it can be for liver health. When you consume more sugar than your body can process, particularly fructose, the liver is forced to convert that excess into fat, which stays trapped within its own cells. Lack of physical activity further accelerates the problem. Our bodies were not designed for the sedentary lifestyles we lead today. Hours spent sitting at desks, staring at screens, moving less, and eating more. This imbalance slows down your metabolism and gives your liver no chance to burn the fat it accumulates. Add to that the chronic lack of sleep and the constant stress we endure, and you have the perfect recipe for silent liver disease. Sleep deprivation affects how your body processes sugars and fats, while stress floods your system with hormones that worsen fat storage and inflammation. Here's the terrifying truth. You might be living with fatty liver disease right now and have absolutely no idea. You could be waking up every morning, going about your life, unaware that deep inside your body, one of your most vital organs is being suffocated by fat. And the worst part, the longer it goes unnoticed, the more dangerous it becomes. But understanding what fatty liver disease is and how it silently takes hold is the first step toward reclaiming your health and reversing the damage. In the next part of this video, I'll reveal the invisible symptoms that almost everyone ignores, the subtle signs your body is already giving you that something is terribly wrong inside. Part 2. The invisible symptoms nobody talks about. One of the most frightening aspects of fatty liver disease is not only how common it has become, but how incredibly easy it is to ignore. It doesn't knock on your door with sharp, unmistakable pain. It doesn't scream for attention like a broken bone or a pounding headache. Instead, it whispers, quietly, consistently, until it's almost too late. The symptoms, when they appear, are so subtle and non-specific that most people chalk them up to the normal exhaustion of modern life. How often have you blamed your fatigue on a long workday, or thought that your lack of concentration was just stress, or assumed that feeling bloated was simply something you ate? What if I told you these are not just harmless inconveniences, that these everyday discomforts might, in fact, be your liver crying out for help? One of the earliest and most overlooked symptoms is chronic fatigue, a tiredness that lingers no matter how much you rest. It's not the type of tiredness that disappears after a weekend of sleep or a short vacation. This fatigue is constant, oppressive, and often unexplained. It weighs on your body like an invisible burden, slowing you down, making everything feel heavier, harder. Alongside the fatigue, many people experience a sensation of abdominal fullness or bloating, particularly in the upper right side of the abdomen, where the liver resides. It's rarely painful, but it's uncomfortable, a persistent heaviness that makes you feel swollen. Even after small meals, you may also notice unexplained weight gain, particularly around your midsection. No matter how little you eat or how much you exercise, the fat around your belly seems stubborn, refusing to go away. That's because when your liver becomes fatty, it disrupts your metabolism, making it harder for your body to process and burn fat effectively. And then there's the mental fog, that frustrating difficulty to focus, to think clearly, to remember things. It feels like your brain is wrapped in cotton, your thoughts slower, your energy drained. This cognitive sluggishness is directly linked to how your liver manages toxins and nutrients. When it's overloaded with fat, it can't do its job efficiently, and your brain starts to feel the impact. Some people report subtle digestive discomfort, occasional nausea, or a vague pressure on the right side of the abdomen. But these signs are rarely alarming enough to prompt a visit to the doctor. And here's the most chilling part. By the time more serious symptoms appear, like yellowing of the skin or eyes, known as jaundice, or noticeable swelling in your legs and abdomen, the disease has likely progressed to advanced stages, possibly even cirrhosis. This is why fatty liver disease is often called a silent killer. It tricks you into thinking everything is fine, while behind the scenes, it is slowly dismantling your health. Now, you might be wondering, why is it so easy to overlook these symptoms? The answer lies in how we've normalized exhaustion, bloating, and weight gain in our society. We live in a world where being tired is considered normal, where brain fog is blamed on lack of coffee, where weight gain is brushed off as getting older. All the while, your liver is struggling to keep up, overwhelmed and inflamed. But you continue on, unaware of the internal battle. Here's the uncomfortable truth. These signs are not just part of life. They are your body's quiet alarms, signals that something is wrong deep within. Most people ignore them until the damage is irreversible. But you don't have to be one of them. Now that you understand how fatty liver disease manifests in silence, you can start paying attention to the signs your body is giving you. And in the next part of this video, I will reveal the true villain behind this epidemic, the specific food that is responsible for millions of damaged livers around the world. A food so common and deceptively innocent that it's probably sitting in your kitchen right now. Part 3, the great villain, the worst food for your liver. Up until now, we've uncovered the silent nature of fatty liver disease and the subtle, almost invisible symptoms that most people overlook. But now, it's time to reveal the real enemy, the hidden villain, quietly fueling this epidemic inside millions of homes around the world. When people think about liver damage, their minds usually jump straight to alcohol, fried foods, or fast food. And while those certainly aren't innocent, they are not the biggest threat lurking in your kitchen. The most devastating culprit is far more deceptive because it hides behind the disguise of something sweet, innocent, and worst of all, marketed as natural. This enemy is industrial fructose, specifically the kind found in high fructose corn syrup, an ingredient that has infiltrated thousands of products lining supermarket shelves. It's in the sodas you drink on a hot afternoon. It's in the so-called natural fruit juices you give your children. It's in energy bars, flavored yogurts, breakfast cereals, sauces, salad dressings, and even in foods labeled as healthy or light. Fructose itself is not inherently evil. Naturally occurring fructose in whole fruits comes bundled with fiber, vitamins, and water, which slow down its absorption and give your body time to process it properly. But the fructose we consume today, extracted, concentrated, and added artificially to processed foods, is a different beast entirely. It's no longer balanced by fiber. It's no longer moderated by nature. It is dumped in high quantities into our systems, and the organ responsible for processing it is none other than your liver. Unlike glucose, which can be used by every cell in your body for energy, fructose can only be metabolized by the liver. When you consume small amounts, your liver can handle it without issue. But when you're bombarded with it daily, through sodas, sweets, packaged snacks, and so-called healthy drinks, your liver is overwhelmed. It doesn't know what to do with the excess, so it converts that fructose directly into fat. And here's the terrifying part. This fat doesn't just float around your bloodstream. It starts accumulating inside the liver itself, triggering the very condition we've been talking about, fatty liver disease. You might think, but I don't drink soda every day. What you don't realize is that fructose hides everywhere. A simple flavored yogurt can contain as much fructose as a can of soda. A natural juice box marketed as healthy for children can deliver a heavy dose of fructose, stripped of the fiber and nutrients found in real fruit. The food industry doesn't want you to know this. It spends billions of dollars convincing you that these products are harmless or even beneficial. They use phrases like 100% natural, light, or no added sugar, when in reality, the product is loaded with concentrated fructose disguised under other names: corn syrup, fruit concentrate, agave nectar, crystalline fructose. This is why the real villain of the fatty liver epidemic isn't alcohol or greasy food, or even obesity. It's a toxic overload of industrial fructose, consumed daily by people who believe they are making healthy choices. It's a betrayal hidden in plain sight, sweet, convenient, and deadly. And what's worse, this fructose doesn't satisfy your hunger. In fact, it does the opposite. It hijacks your brain's reward system, making you crave even more, creating an endless cycle of consumption and accumulation. Think about that for a moment. Every time you reach for that natural fruit drink, that flavored yogurt, that granola bar, you may be unknowingly feeding your liver exactly what is destroying it. The food that's supposed to nourish you is, in fact, poisoning you from the inside. Now, before you panic, let me make one thing clear. You can escape this trap, but first you need to understand exactly how this ingredient attacks your liver and what happens inside your body when you consume it day after day. In the next part of this video, I'll take you deep inside your own liver to show you, step by step, how fructose transforms into toxic fat, inflames your liver, and silently drives you toward illness. Part 4. What happens to your liver when you consume this food? Now that you know who the true villain is, the industrial fructose hidden in everyday foods, it's time to go deeper. Let's take a journey inside your body, inside your liver, and see exactly what happens when you consume these sweet, seemingly innocent products. Imagine this: every time you drink a soda, eat a sugary cereal, or sip on a so-called natural fruit juice, your digestive system quickly breaks down those sugars. Glucose, one of the sugars, is absorbed by nearly every cell in your body and used for energy. But fructose is different. It doesn't fuel your muscles. It doesn't nourish your brain. It travels straight to your liver, which is the only organ capable of metabolizing it. At first, when your intake of fructose is small and occasional, your liver can manage. It converts the fructose into glucose or stores a little bit of it as glycogen, a form of energy reserve. But when you bombard your liver every day with large amounts of industrial fructose, something dangerous begins to happen. Your liver, overwhelmed by the constant influx, starts turning that fructose into fat. Not fat that your body can burn easily, but fat that stays trapped inside your liver cells. Over time, these fat droplets accumulate, swelling the liver and triggering inflammation. This is the beginning of fatty liver disease. But it doesn't stop there. The fat buildup creates a vicious cycle. As more fat accumulates, your liver becomes resistant to insulin, the hormone that helps regulate blood sugar. This resistance forces your pancreas to produce even more insulin, pushing your body into a state of chronic metabolic dysfunction. And while all this is happening inside you, on the outside, you feel nothing. No sharp pain, no dramatic symptoms, just subtle signs. A little more fatigue, a little more bloating, a few extra pounds that don't seem to go away. Internally, however, the damage is growing. The inflammation triggered by the excess fat begins to scar your liver tissue, a process called fibrosis. If this scarring continues unchecked, it leads to cirrhosis, a condition where the liver becomes hardened and permanently damaged, unable to perform its vital functions. From there, the risk of liver failure and even liver cancer increases dramatically. And let's be clear, this process doesn't take decades. For many people, the damage begins within just a few years of regular, excessive fructose consumption. Scientific studies have confirmed what the food industry never wanted you to know. Research shows that people who consume as little as 2 sugary drinks per day are 70% more likely to develop non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. And this is not limited to adults. Children, teenagers, and young adults, many of whom consume massive amounts of sugary beverages and snacks, are already developing fatty liver disease at alarming rates. This epidemic is not about indulgence. It's about misinformation. It's about a food system that has flooded our diets with an ingredient that the human body was never designed to handle in such quantities. To make matters worse, the fat in your liver doesn't just sit there. It acts like a toxic factory, releasing inflammatory molecules into your bloodstream, damaging other organs, and increasing your risk of heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and even cognitive decline. But the most terrifying part is how easily it all begins. It doesn't start with alcohol abuse or extreme diets. It starts with the small, everyday choices: a glass of juice in the morning, a flavored yogurt at lunch, an energy drink in the afternoon. Each one feels harmless, but together, they create a tidal wave of metabolic damage. By the time you experience serious symptoms, the disease may already be advanced. But there is a way out. In the next part of this video, I will show you how to stop this process and, more importantly, how to reverse it. You'll discover simple science-backed strategies to cleanse your liver, protect it from further harm, and restore your health before it's too late. Part 5. How to protect, heal, and cleanse your liver. Now that you understand how this hidden villain silently damages your liver, the most important question remains. What can you do to protect yourself and reverse the damage before it's too late? The answer is more empowering than you might imagine, because your liver is one of the few organs in your body with the extraordinary ability to heal and regenerate, even after years of silent abuse. But this recovery doesn't happen by accident. It requires action, conscious choices, and a willingness to break free from the toxic habits that have become normalized in modern life. The first step is clear and non-negotiable. You must eliminate the source of the problem. That means cutting out, completely, any food or drink that contains high fructose corn syrup or other forms of industrial fructose. No more sodas, no more packaged fruit juices, no more sweetened yogurts or processed snacks. Start reading labels carefully. You'll be shocked at how many products hide this ingredient under innocent-sounding names like fruit concentrate, corn syrup, or even agave nectar. But removing the poison is only the beginning. Next, you need to nourish and support your liver's natural ability to heal. And nature has already provided you with everything you need. Certain foods have been proven to help cleanse and regenerate the liver. These are not exotic superfoods or expensive supplements. They are simple, accessible, and powerful. Start by adding more cruciferous vegetables to your plate. Broccoli, kale, Brussels sprouts, cauliflower. These vegetables contain compounds that boost liver detoxification enzymes and help flush out fat and toxins. Include garlic in your meals. Garlic contains sulfur compounds that activate liver enzymes and has been shown to reduce liver fat levels. Incorporate turmeric, the golden spice, rich in curcumin, a potent anti-inflammatory agent that helps repair liver damage and reduce inflammation. Don't fear healthy fats like those found in avocados, nuts, and olive oil. These fats support liver health and help your body absorb fat-soluble nutrients. And yes, even coffee, in moderate amounts and without sugar, has been shown to protect against liver fibrosis and improve liver enzyme levels. Beyond food, your daily habits play a crucial role in liver recovery. Make quality sleep a priority. Aim for at least 7 hours every night. Poor sleep increases insulin resistance and fat storage in the liver. Move your body. You don't need to become an athlete. A simple 30-minute walk each day is enough to stimulate fat burning and reduce liver fat. Practice intermittent fasting if possible. Giving your body longer breaks between meals allows your liver to rest, repair, and reduce stored fat. Manage your stress. Chronic stress increases cortisol, a hormone that promotes fat accumulation in the liver. Incorporate breathing exercises, meditation, or even a few minutes of mindfulness every day. And finally, hydrate. Drinking plenty of water helps your liver flush out toxins more efficiently. To make this practical for you, here's a simple liver rescue checklist you can follow starting today. Eliminate all sources of high fructose corn syrup and industrial fructose. Eat cruciferous vegetables daily. Include garlic, turmeric, and healthy fats in your meals. Drink black coffee in moderation. Sleep at least 7 hours every night. Walk or exercise for 30 minutes a day. Practice intermittent fasting once or twice a week. Manage your stress levels. Stay hydrated throughout the day. If you follow these steps consistently, your liver can begin to heal, sometimes in a matter of weeks. Studies have shown that reducing sugar intake and adopting these habits can reverse fatty liver disease and restore liver function in as little as 3 months. But none of this will matter if you don't act now. Every day that you ignore this silent enemy is a day that your liver becomes weaker, inflamed, and more vulnerable. The choice is yours. You can continue down the path of slow, silent damage, or you can take back control of your health starting today. In the conclusion of this video, I'll remind you why this information is not just important, it's urgent. And I'll show you how to share this knowledge with the people you care about before it's too late. Now you know the truth. The food you thought was harmless has been silently damaging your liver every single day. But now, you have the power to stop it. You can protect your liver, restore your health, and change your future, starting today. If this video opened your eyes, make sure to subscribe to this channel right now and turn on notifications. Here you'll always find the information no one else is telling you. And tell me in the comments, did you suspect your liver might be at risk? Your story could help someone else wake up before it's too late. Take care of your health. Your life depends on it.